This sketchbook is by the brand Montmartre. This is the A5 portrait hardbound sketchbook with 150 GSM paper. There's 100 pages of acid-free paper, and this is the sketching journal signature. It has a black crocodile texture on the front, and these are the pages. They're of an off-white color with a subtle grain to them, which in my opinion is great for pencil sketches, for charcoal, or any dry media that you might want to use. I do use watercolors as well as liquid ink and other wet media in this sketchbook, which results in the warped pages. But personally, I love how this looks because it makes the sketchbook look like it's been used and it's been loved. So even though this sketchbook is not something I would recommend for anybody who uses mixed media in their sketchbooks, I definitely still use it myself, and I also purchased this from a local $2 shop here in Melbourne, Australia, where I am currently living, and I think you can purchase this for around $7.50 Australian dollars, which is pretty much on the cheap end, which is why I like to purchase these kinds of sketchbooks. What I also love about these is that they lie completely flat. That is one of the biggest features that ranks high on my list when it comes to choosing a sketchbook. So I'm going to show you what's inside this sketchbook. And for a little bit of context, this is probably my first sketchbook in such a long time where I have finished it within the span of a year. So the last time I was able to finish a sketchbook in the span of 1 year was in 2017, and it is 2024 now. So as you can see, there's been a bit of a gap between then and now. So I consider this a very big achievement that I was able to finish this just before the end of 2024. I always like to add the date of when I started and finished the sketchbook. If I finish this within a couple months, which that would be amazing, but I'm not trying to be too ambitious, so I only wrote down 2024, but if I finished it in the span of 3 months, for example, I'd most likely come back and then add the month that I started and then the month that I finished. But since I finished this all in 1 year, I just have 2024 over there. This sketchbook is filled with a lot of sketches and practices for portraits because that is mainly what I like to draw. And I'm also trying to find a style that I feel like really speaks to me and who I am in this period of my life, because my style 3 years ago, my style 5 years ago, or 10 years ago is definitely very different to where I am now in my life, and I want to find a style that I feel like marries the different things that I am very much interested in at the moment. And one of those things is actually the vintage illustrations that you would find in sewing patterns, and I tried to capture that type of essence in this sketch right here, which then influenced the way that I use watercolors in the next couple of sketches. The way that I like to use my sketchbook as well is I will also use it as a journal. So I like to just jot down things that I am feeling. I will always write a date down. It could be a small paragraph like this, a little blurb, or it could be a full-on journal entry, but this year I do have a separate journal that I use. So a lot of the journal entries that are in this sketchbook are mostly just snippets or little musings, nothing too dramatic or too big. I also have been practicing how I do sketches, and if you've been following my art for a while now, this is definitely very different to what I used to do back in 2017 when I was mostly active. The way that I sketch and also the way that I use watercolors. What you will also notice in my sketchbook is I do a lot of floating head sketches, a lot of unfinished body sketches, and that doesn't necessarily look good when I'm flipping through my sketchbook pages, but personally, a sketchbook for me is just a place for experimentation, for practice. It isn't for any finished artwork, so if I have a lot of floating heads like this, I am just trying to accept that. That is how I use a sketchbook, and even if it doesn't look as crazy or as intense as the other sketchbooks that you see on social media, especially the ones that I personally love and I wish my sketchbook pages looked like that, I'm just trying to tell myself that no, it doesn't have to look like that. This is how I use my sketchbook, and I'm just trying to accept and to lean into the blankness of my sketchbook spreads. Once again, kind of unfinished, especially the lower part of the body. A lot of my pencil sketches as well are actually sketches that I create with the intention of painting with watercolor so that I can practice the techniques for how to paint with watercolors, but sometimes I will either get lazy and just leave them as sketches, or I will like the sketch so much that I will fear ruining it with watercolors. So sometimes that's why I just leave them as is. So it's kind of a mix of both. However, I think with these ones, I really liked how this sketch turned out, and I really didn't want to ruin it by experimenting on it with paints. I've also been loving adding mood boards into my sketchbooks and just trying to be less digital, especially because as a Pinterest lover, I have so many mood boards on Pinterest, and I keep thinking that no, I don't need to print out the pages or the pictures and then glue them down. That's just like way more effort, and I don't need to waste so much paper and ink. However, I just love how tangible it becomes, like the inspiration itself. And I look back on my sketchbooks way more than I look back on my Pinterest boards. So I am able to see this more and more frequently, which then allows me to be inspired and to generate ideas from the pictures that I love or the artworks. Some of these pages as well may seem familiar if you have seen my recent videos of artworks that I've created, because some of the sketches were made in the sketchbook and the mood boards were also placed in the sketchbook. So this is an example of one of that, and I will link the videos related to it in the description box below. A lot of the times I will also just have little thumbnail drawings like this of ideas for artworks that I have that I feel like I don't really have the energy or the time to create big sketches of them and then to refine them and then to potentially color them in. So I just have small thumbnails like this with little blurbs of what they are, so that future Zyra, who's looking back at this sketchbook for inspiration or ideas, can look at this and then have something to remind myself, oh, this is what I was thinking about at that time. I actually have a video of this one. This is my first 3D paper illustration that I tested out in the sketchbook, and then I have a follow-up video or a follow-up artwork inspired by this as well, which I created outside of the sketchbook, but this is the mood board for that artwork, and I'll link all of those videos in the description box in case you are interested. Around here is when I started to experiment with the facial proportions that I use to draw faces, and you can kind of see the difference between these two because of the eye size, and this one is heavily influenced by manhwas or Korean comics, anime, especially because recently I've been reading webtoons and I've been watching shoujo anime, so that has really influenced my style at the moment, and it's been something that I've been playing around and just having fun with. So you will see the next couple of pages in the sketchbook really experimenting with that. Another thing that I have done with this is marking the halfway points or other points in the sketchbook so that I can have a little milestone to celebrate, because it's such a thick sketchbook. Like, it's 100 pages, so this here is about 50 pages already, and when I reached this page, I just patted myself on the back because it's difficult to finish a sketchbook. Every single blank page is pretty daunting. So having something that I can kind of look forward to that is a little bit of a smaller goal compared to the bigger goal, which is finishing this entire sketchbook, is a win that I will take. And so I think this is something that I'll be including in future sketchbooks. I'll be marking the halfway points or the quarter points of a sketchbook before I even start, so that when I reach that point, I can give myself a little pat on the back. So these are where I am trying to refine that anime kind of influenced style, especially with the facial proportions. I also have a lot of pencil sketches of ideas that I have. Once again, more thumbnail drawings for future artwork ideas. Just more practice of the faces. Just more practices of them. And this one is the 3/4 mark. I did not put the first quarter because I only really added the halfway point just as I was approaching the halfway point of this sketchbook, and then afterwards I added the other smaller milestones. And then here I've been practicing adding the proportions that I've been experimenting with, as well as the watercolor technique that I've been exploring in the beginning of the sketchbook. So you see that start to kind of come together. More experimenting over here. I even added some of the Pinterest saved artworks that I have, printed them out, and then added them on here just so I can kind of refer back to them more frequently. And then I write myself little notes of all of these experimentations and practices. More practices, and I even have little notes. Once again, I started to practice how to draw flowers. Some really, really light pencil sketches of ideas that I have, and I tend to do this a lot, but normally in the past I would actually refine these sketches before creating a video showcasing my sketchbook, but this time around I felt that that wasn't very true to how I actually use my sketchbook. I have a lot of pages of just light pencil sketches of ideas that I have, testing out the composition and elements in them, and they're usually unfinished like this, and I feel like I don't want to show these off on YouTube or in video just because they don't look very interesting. There's nothing interesting happening in them. It feels very blank, but this is very much true to how I use my sketchbook, and I wanted to show that this time around. Lots of playing around as well in the last couple of pages, which I really like because I want to be more free when I use my sketchbook, because I know that I will be showcasing the pages inside the sketchbook here on my YouTube channel, so sometimes it makes me feel a bit scared to actually draw something on my sketchbook, but I want to be able to kind of just free myself from that and just have fun with it. Like I said, this isn't a space for me to be creating finished artworks. This is for me to be generating ideas like this, experimenting and practicing. It doesn't need to be beautiful, and it doesn't need to be thumbnail worthy. Here I was practicing how to draw flowers once again in a very different style, very much inspired by vintage patterns. Just practicing that again in these last couple of pages, and that's pretty much it. I am so happy to have finished a sketchbook. Ever since 2017, I have used many sketchbooks and have left all of them unfinished. Last year in 2023, I had a project to go through all of my unfinished sketchbooks and to use the remaining pages and just finish them. And then after I was able to do that, I've had this goal to create or to finish a sketchbook from start to finish all within the span of 1 year. And I can't believe I was able to do that. I'm very happy with everything that I feel like this sketchbook represents. It's a lot of experimenting, it's a lot of play, and it's a lot of practice. So hopefully this can be an inspiration to just use your sketchbook how it suits you. It doesn't have to be an amazing show-stopping page spread. It can be just however it benefits you and your art. So thank you so much for watching this video, and yeah, I hope to see you in my next one.